Hello, all my pervy little subscribers. I don't have many of you, but I will. I will. I hope everyone's having a good 2021. It's been a chaotic start for me, but um, yeah, let's get into this. So I'm looking on the web for something to read, and I so happened to come across some creepy pasta. Um, I don't like creepy pasta too much. Something I grew up with, and now I kind of think it's more for kids. But who knows? There might be some good stuff on here. I'm gonna read this to you guys for the first time. I haven't read through this yet. The Bowser and King Boo theory. Hmm. If you're not familiar with any of these characters, they are both from the Super Mario World, the Mario game franchise. Only Bowser is going to be on the Super Smash Brothers, along with Mario, Luigi, Peach, and some other princess that we don't really care about. Yeah, let's get into this. Um, Bowser is a crazy villain. Okay, well that's a good start. Some of his deaths at the end of Mario games are pretty brutal. An example is in Super Mario Galaxy 1, when he falls into a star and is then stranded on an exploding planet that turns into a black hole. King Boo's role in the Mario series, at first glance, doesn't seem to be anything significant. He only appears in a few Mario games, and aside from the Luigi's Mansion series, his role in the game he does appear as minor. You may think that Bowser and King Boo have nothing related to each other. However, they both play a major role together in the Mario series, which keeps the series alive. While this is never explained directly, there are a few games in the Mario series which give hints about the truth of Bowser and King Boo. Super excuse me, Super Mario World. Super Mario World is the first game in the Mario series in which evidence for the theory can be seen. King Boo was really around as early as the Super Mario Bros. 3, days in which Boo's first appeared. He just never appeared in game. Have you realized how occasionally there were these ghost houses levels in Super Mario World? These houses are where Boos lived peacefully in their afterlife. Then came Mario, who stormed into these houses and wreaked havoc numerous times throughout the events of the game, often with malicious intent. The Boos knew they had to stop this, so they reported Mario's actions to King Boo. King Boo was furious about this, so he started tracking down Mario. Similar levels of havoc would continue in the future Mario games, thus beginning the Boo's and King Boo's hatred toward Mario that continues to this day. Paper Mario. Never heard of it. Paper Mario is the second Mario game that provides evidence for the theory. The main attention in the game for the theory goes to Bowser, but King Boo deserves to be mentioned as well. This is because Mario had actually allied with the Boos in World 3 of the game, and so you may think this would change King Boo's mood about Mario. However, if you think more into it, you'll see that this brief alliance wasn't nearly enough to make up for Mario's past aggression. First, he only allied with one ghost house compared to the several he disrupted in the past games. Second, the alliance was forced because they wouldn't give him the star spirit until he helped solve their problem. Damn. I didn't mean to say that. All right, let's continue. All in all, what Mario did in Paper Mario wasn't enough to stop King Boo's hatred toward him. Bowser plays a much bigger role in the theory in Paper Mario. The end of the game is where it gets particularly interesting. This starts in the scene where Mario, Bowser, and Kammy Koopa are on a platform way up in the clouds that is about to explode. Mario is seen escaping the help of the Star Spirits. Bowser, on the other hand, isn't so lucky. Explosions can be both seen and heard without him or Kammy Koopas escaping. While Bowser's death before this game were at least understandable on how he survived, maybe he could swim in lava and only get injured in the small falls. There is no explanation on how Bowser can survive being stranded on an exploding platform thousands of feet in the sky. No matter how tough or resilient he has been in the past, Mario fell the same height at the very beginning of the game, and even he got killed. Though he was fortunately revived by the Star Spirits. In fact, proof about Bowser's death may be hinted in game. At the very end of the game, when you must walk to Peach's castle to trigger the ending scene, go to the center part of the town. In front of Merlin's house should be a sign, which is called the Toad Town News. After mentioning about how Mario defeated Bowser and how Peach and her castle are safe, it also mentions this: Bowser was badly beaten and will likely never return. We're sure we're sure of it, almost positive. After saying the obvious on how Bowser was badly beaten, it also states on how confident they are in that Bowser won't return. This connections that that doesn't make any sense. This connections that can be made with this series of events strongly suggest that Bowser has suffered such a brutal beating that he had finally been killed. Sorry about that, guys. The sentence was overrun or something. This is why I should make. Yeah, really shouldn't be reading word for word, but no, here we go. Let's continue. Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is perhaps the most important and significant game to this theory. You all know what happens at the start of the game. Luigi goes to a mansion that he won in a contest, only to find out that it is much darker than advertised, and he needs to find out where Mario is, who went into the mansion before him. This game features King Boo's first in-game appearance. He appears after Luigi opens a trapdoor and a bunch of Boos and King Boo fly out of it. About midway through the game, you see King Boo in a fancy room with Mario inside a painting, struggling to get out. This is the first sign that King Boo is up to something sinister with Mario. But soon after, perhaps the most crucial event in relation to the theory occurs. In Area 3, do you remember the fortune telling ghost, also known as Madame Clairvoyante? You know, the kind of ghost who tells Luigi to bring Mario's dropped object so she can see what happened to Mario. Well, once you give her the last object, after she tells the orb to show them all it can about Mario, she will say this: What is this? Bowser? How can this be? I see the hideous form of Bowser. Is Bowser somewhere in the mansion? I cannot believe it. And yet I see it. I thought that Mario has soundly defeated Bowser. Has King Boo somehow revived Bowser? This could be horrible. Well, for you. While she confirms that Bowser still exists, she doesn't understand why, considering Mario soundly defeated Bowser. Remember, though, that Paper Mario was a Mario game before Luigi's Mansion, and how the Toad Town News sign in Paper Mario also thought that Bowser wouldn't return. Also, recall Bowser's brutal defeat at the end of Paper Mario. See a connection here? Also, note that the part when she mentions how King Boo could have revived Bowser. This will be important later on. Another connection can be made when Luigi opens the door to King Boo's room. Before the final battle begins, King Boo talks to Mario's painting, and at one point saying this interesting line: I remember how much trouble you've caused me in the past. That doesn't make sense at first, considering this is King Boo's first appearance in the Mario series. But remember what I said earlier about Mario, how Mario kept going on into the ghost houses in Super Mario World. That and other confrontations with Boo's and what King Boo meant by the trouble. King Boo then turns the Mario painting into a Bowser painting, and then goes into the painting and sucks Luigi in. You will then fight the final boss on the room of the mansion, Bowser with King Boo controlling him. Now, remember how the fortune telling ghost mentioned on how King Boo could have somehow revived Bowser? Well, the connection here implies that King Boo wanted to get revenge on Mario for the trouble he caused with other Boos by first luring him into the mansion filled with ghosts, then reviving his dead arch enemy Bowser. After Luigi's Mansion, the evidence doesn't stop after Luigi's Mansion. If you pay attention, you will see that Bowser's death after Luigi's Mansions are most violent and extreme than before. The previously mentioned Super Mario Galaxy 1 is a good example of this. After his defeat in the final battle, Bowser falls into a star. This should surely burn him to death, as even if he can't swim in lava, the gravity should flatten him. Yet he appears later on a planet that is getting destroyed. The planet then explodes and turns into a black hole, all with Bowser still stranded on it. It may seem like there is no way Bowser can return from that and other brutal defeats in recent Mario games, but there may actually be one explanation. Just recently, I explained how King Boo revived Bowser. Well, even after his apparent defeat by Luigi at the end of the game, King Boo didn't get completely destroyed in Luigi's Mansions. Why? He's a ghost, and as you all know, because ghosts are already dead, they can't die. What King Boo did instead, though, is give Bowser some help. He looked over his body and to possess him and keep him alive, believing Bowser to be the best vessel to find a way to get revenge on Mario and make his life miserable. You know the tales on how ghosts come from for revenge and haunt you forever. This is exactly what is happening to Mario. This theory can explain some other oddities with Bowser in more recent Mario games, such as his sudden shift to a very sinister personality. In most games before Luigi's Mansion, Bowser's plan is mostly just to capture Peach and keep Mario from saving her. In games after Luigi's Mansion, Bowser focuses on trying to really marry Peach, actually killing Mario, and to conquer the Mushroom Kingdom. Sometimes he even takes it to another level to conquer the universe, like what is seen in Super Mario Galaxy. This sudden darker shift proves only further that Bowser is controlled by King Boo, with Bowser now sharing the same sinister personality King Boo did in his in game appearances. It would make sense that Bowser's plans would get more extreme as well. And why would this King Boo control Bowser still try to marry Peach? Not necessarily because King Boo is in love with Peach, but because he wants to break Mario's heart. This is also why Bowser keeps coming back, no matter how brutal his defeat is. Since he is controlled by King Boo, he won't die as he is now part ghost. And of course, the fact that this part ghost Bowser would never truly die only emboldens him to have more extreme plans. Further proof? Well, now one may think some source of magic, mainly from Kamek, maybe reviving Bowser alive instead. But it's hard to imagine this is the case in some Bowser's recent deaths. In both Super Mario Galaxy games, Bowser's final defeat is getting sucked into a black hole, and it is hard to imagine anyone going in with him to revive him, lest they be killed too. Only King Boo, a ghost who can't die, can help Bowser somehow find a way to survive still intact. Perhaps he even made another full physical copy of Bowser's body, something no character has been proven to do in the Mario series, other than King Boo at the end of Luigi's Mansion. In some of the most recent Mario games, such as New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS, a new form of Bowser with only his bones, called Dry Bowser, appears. This form appears after Bowser had just fallen into lava following his defeat. It seemingly makes no sense for Bowser to have his skin burnt off by lava and still function perfectly with only his bones. But this theory can provide sense into this situation. While the lava would damage Bowser's body itself and burn all of his skin off, it would impact King Boo's possession of the body. This would allow Bowser to function fine with only his bones. In fact, Bowser's carcass is actually not the only body which is possessed after it is defeated. Dry bones enemies, which are the remains of regular Koopas, are able to still function and be a threat to Mario despite being dead because regular Boos are possessing them. Since King Koopa is, excuse me, not King Koopa, since King Boo is more powerful than the other Boos, it would make sense for him to be able to possess the king of the Koopas. Bowser has a more powerful Boo. King Boo may also have the unique ability to return Bowser's skin later on as well.